Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about Lord of the Rings, and also specifically watching Lord of the Rings with people who don't normally watch Lord of the Rings. All right, so last night I watched Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings, I had not watched this movie probably in about a good 3 to 5 years. We watched it on Netflix, and it was a thoroughly enjoyable experience, but I watched it with my junior high daughter. Now, the reason why I watched it was a real blessing. I was just really wonderfully blessed by this experience. And the reason why is, excuse me, basically the reason why we watched it was she had, so, you know, with my junior high daughter is my youngest daughter. I have a daughter who's in college, she's in her freshman year in college, and then I have a daughter who is in junior high, and she's my youngest daughter. And so my junior high daughter, she is one of the most unique of all the Garibays. She has her own hobbies, and one of the things she's super into, her main passion is Vocaloids. She's an incredibly good rhythm-based game player. She plays Hatsune Miku's Project Diva X, and really has played every single Hatsune Miku video game there is. She's really passionate about it. She's also incredibly passionate about reading manga. So she has read Tsubasa and a few other manga titles. So, but one of the things is I always try to make a bridge to every single one of my kids, time that I'm spending with them alone. You know, that time is dedicated to them, and it's just really special just for them. And I really always try to make sure that time is dedicated to them as children. And so, but with Tala, she doesn't really have a lot of interests that cross over with my interests, so it can be a little more challenging than some of the other kids. And so one of the issues that I have, you know, overall is just making sure that I'm spending time with her that she enjoys. And so one of the things I did was I said to my junior high daughter, I was like, hey, you know, I asked her what kind of event she wanted to do together, right? And she said, hey, you know, I know you're really into these fantasy, you read a lot of fantasy novels, and I've never seen Lord of the Rings, and I'd like to watch it. So we watched it together. So we made it an event that was good for her. We ordered pizza, and she invited her best friend over. So her best friend's over, and the three of us watched the movie together. And it was incredible watching Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, Peter Jackson's 2001 movie, which, you know, it's really incredible watching it with junior high girls. And so one of the things that was really incredible to me is, well, by the way, spoilers, if you haven't seen that movie, that's 17 years old. So basically, we get to the scene in the Mines of Moria where Gandalf where he's just made sure that the Balrog fell into a pit, but the Balrog whips his whip up, and he's going to grab Gandalf by the foot. He's going to drag him down into the pit with him, right? And my junior high daughter said, "Oh my gosh, if he falls, I don't even." And I was like, I just kind of looked over like she was like in wonder. And then of course Gandalf says, "Fly, you fools," you know. And so there's like this moment where you're wondering if Gandalf is going to fall, but she had never read the books and never seen the movie. And so she didn't know that Gandalf falls into a pit after the Balrog. And it was just shocking to me because I've never, ever seen this, you know, this movie with someone who that wasn't not only known, but they didn't know every single aspect of the film. And so it was really crazy. And so, you know, after the film was done, we were, even touring the film, we discussed it a little bit, which was really fun. We could just watch it, have fun, enjoy the movie and the overall experience. It was such a wonderful time, and there were just so many things I realized. But one of the things, you know, is like when it was done, I asked these two junior high girls, I was like, "What did you think?" And they were like, "Oh, it's great. You know, the ring is really powerful." And Tala's friend said, "Oh my gosh." She's like, "Hobbits have the dirtiest nails." And like, you know, I was like, I just watched the movie and I was like, holy cows, are you kidding? Like, you know, so to these two, you know, junior high girls, like, you know, I, as a fantasy, as a fantasy fan, am seeing a ring of power, you know, where it has elvish script that if you put it into a fire, you'll see the script through the flames. But they're seeing like, oh, you know, hobbits have really dirty nails, which I never even like thought about, you know. It's just like so funny. But it was, you know, so it was just a really wonderful experience watching it with somebody who hadn't really seen it before. And one of the things I just wanted to really share was I was blown away with the quality of that film and what Peter Jackson has accomplished. And I know that many, many, many people have expressed this, saying, hey, you know, these movies are awesome. But I think the scope of those films and what was accomplished with them and how faithful they were to the books and just how incredible those movies are and what a blessing they are to have within the American library of films is, you know, there's reasons why they're award winning. And I was absolutely blown away with how amazing the movie was. And it was just a joy to see it again. Just, you know, so the quality of the films is incredible. The scope that Peter Jackson was able to show of the books within the films was incredible. You know, just everything, how their beards were done and how their armor was done and how the weapons were done and how the horses were done and how the special effects were done. The quality of those films is just absolutely amazing. So I was so just enamored with the films. One of the things I really, you know, and I think when I was watching it, the person I focused on in the film was Boromir. And what an incredible story. Excuse me. So what an incredible story, you know, just seeing Boromir is and how awesome it was to see Boromir and what an experience he had as one of the Fellowship, one of the Nine, you know, and the way he walked through it and his passion for Gondor, but you know, and wanting to have the ring to give power to Gondor. And then also looking at Aragorn and, you know, and Boromir's just looking at Aragorn going, why didn't you take up your role as king? You know, why are you on the sidelines? And it was just incredible. Excuse me. Then also, the other thing that I think was really interesting was just the level of skill at swordsmanship that Strider had, Aragorn. The fact that he fought off 4 or 5 of the Nazgul with his own sword was really incredible. I really liked Arwen and everything she accomplished in the movie. This was an absolutely incredible film. I was blown away by this movie, and it was just such a delight to watch it with my junior high daughter, and I really am just thrilled, to have this experience, to be able to share this movie with somebody who hasn't seen it, 15 times. And so I probably would guess this is probably my 7th or 8th time seeing the movie. But, within my circles, the idea that somebody wouldn't know that Gandalf falls into the mines of Moria after the Balrog it was shocking to me. And I totally have to agree with those junior high girls. Yeah, hobbits have the nastiest nails, whatever. Have a great day. Take care.